Hello and welcome to the Language of the World. Now, Taiko teaches courage, and if you've read The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, you'll know that courage is necessary to understand the language of the world. And that's where the name for this piece comes from. So let's begin by having a quick look at a demo of the whole thing. Now, in the course of this video, let me just say that you will see some excerpts of Language of the World played on slant stands, naname style. You can play it any way you like. Please remember that just because we're seeing it on down stands here doesn't mean it has to be that way. And with that said, what I'm going to do is hand over to a slightly younger version of myself.
So this is the introduction to Language of the World. It could be the introduction to any dongo-based piece. It's played by one person leading and the rest of the group following. So the person leading will play 4 beats like this. So 4 big beats. Of course you can change how you play those. You might play and then different ways of doing it, but 4 beats, and of course the person beginning them does not need to cue themselves by shouting so re, because they're only cueing themselves. So 4 beats then leads into the response. The response part comes after don, 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 don. So you have do, ko, ko, don, right, left, left, right, don, 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 don. And you can embellish that by adding in a little click one way or another. So I'll show you some varieties. You can make up your own. There are nice little bits of punctuation. So what you have is don, 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 don. Don, 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 don. And then everybody joins in on, and then a final flourish. So this is the beginning or the ending, and you might want to choose your punctuation points according to whether it is the beginning or the ending. This, I feel, is a good way to end the whole piece, because everyone can then hold that before couple of clicks, sticks coming back to the side, and then taking a bow. Things to think about, while the 4 beats are being played, the responders can be lifting their sticks slowly. So you might have don, 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 don. The melody part, nice simple little piece, sits on top of a dongo. And normally you'd have intro, dongo, and then a melody part, which can then be played by different people in the group. There are 4 parts to the melody, and parts 2 and 4 are the same, so it's only 3 to learn. Here's the first one. dong, go, don. Kara, go, don, dong, go, don. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Things to watch are around the karas. You don't want to hit down, so don't smack the drum. Flick up when you're playing. And there is an alternative to this, depending on the ability of your group, which would be... Some people pick up dong, go, don, kara, as opposed to dong, go, don, kara. Dong, go, don, kara is easier to play, and a lot of people, that's what they hear, but you ideally want to keep the swing time feel to it. Dong, go, don, kara, go, don, dong, go, don. Here we go. So that's part one. Part two is go, don, go, go, don, go, go, don, dong, go, don. Left, right, left, left, right, left, left, right, left, right. And I try and point forward with that right hand. So we have this. So just a little bit of floating motion when the right hand isn't playing. So far we have dong, go, don, kara, go, don, dong, go, don. Go, don, go, go, don, go, go, don, dong, go, don. Here we go. Ah. It's parts 1 and 2. Part 3. That's all in the way that you play it, and particularly that lunge forward. So I tend to wrap my left hand before I'm playing forward, and that I will lunge. The tip of my stick is lower than the back of my hand. Back of my hand is lower than my shoulder, and I'm consciously leaning forward at that point. I'm kind of looking down my arm a bit. It's much more effective than... or you don't want to be covering your face. Lunge, and I like to point at somebody in the audience as well, so like that as well, but not covering your face. So we have don, 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 go, don, go, don. Whole thing so far then. And to that, we add the second part again. Go, don, go, go, don, go, go, don, dong, go, don. So if we say the whole thing and then play it, we have this. So, re, don, go, don, kara, go, don, dong, go, don. Go, don, go, go, don, go, go, don, dong, go, don. Don, 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 go, don, go, don. Go, don, go, go, don, go, go, don, dong, go, don. Here we go. So, re. And that's your basic building block for the piece, with a dongo pulse in between, perhaps crescendo, decrescendo, different people playing the melody pattern, beginning with the intro, ending with the outro. That's Language of the World.